Guys, this is literally the third time I'm telling this story. I lost all my footage twice. I don't know what's happening. I'm tired of telling this story. Anyway, guys, welcome to the video. Today it's a story time. I know I was supposed to post a video on Saturday, but I couldn't because I was so busy. That's the time we had like a family get together at my auntie's, and I can't post people without their consent. So yeah, I couldn't vlog or anything, and the whole of last week, I mean from like Wednesday to Saturday I had not vlogged much, so I didn't have anything to put out. But anyway, we're here. It's better late than never. It's Monday, and welcome back to the channel. I'm so happy to see you guys. I hope you had a lovely weekend. I had a lovely weekend. I am happy to be here, although I am tired because I have told this story 3 times. I don't even feel like niwaambie ama nisiwaambie, niachane tu nayo, acha tu niwaambie for the third time. Even if you haven't heard the first 2 times, but for the third time, this is a story time about how I failed an interview for making leather bags. So it all started on a bright and sunny morning. Anyway, it started when I was in, okay, I had this job, this sales job, and it was on my first day of a sales job when I got this call. And then they tell me, "Hi, we got your number from someone, and we just we're looking for someone who can design and make leather bags. So I don't know if you could come for an interview." So I told them I couldn't because I had just started on a new job. And that was it. When I went home, I told my family that I had been called like to a company or something to make leather bags, but I declined because I had just started this sales job. But my family was like, you shouldn't have declined it. Do you what? You never know if God is opening doors for you. You know, this is what you've been doing like for a long time. You should have gone, and like you could have nailed that interview, sijui nini, like chocha mob. So after thinking about it, I decided I'll just call them back and go for the interview. So I called them back, told them, yeah, I'm willing to do that interview. So they told me that their boss had traveled, but once he comes back to Kenya, they'll talk to him, and if he consents to that, I'll go for the interview. So some weeks passed, and they called me back, told me you can come for an interview on a certain date. I think it was on a Friday or Saturday. Yeah. So that day came, and I went for the interview. It was in Gigiri, a really luxurious, exclusive place. It's like a hotel. You go eat there, and then there's accommodation. I think there are so many rooms. I don't know. It's a big, fancy, artsy place in Gigiri. I really liked it. In the interior of Gigiri, like where you find those embassies, and yeah, I like it's one of those places where there's no matatu, no boda boda. You either take an Uber or you go there by your own personal means. So my sister-in-law dropped me there for the interview, and I was taken to this room by the assistant where there was another man who was like doing an interview for tailoring clothes because they also wanted to make clothes. So wait, backtrack to the phone calls. When they told me about leather, I told them that I had been stitching by hand and I was out of practice. So if they could get a tailor who could be stitching while I design, then that would be nice. Because leather bags involve like, it's not just like making pattern and cutting and stitching. uh there are parts like for a leather bag, you like put it together with glue. Okay, what they do in factories and stuff. Sometimes I don't do that, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but you assemble it with glue, and then like the stitches are just stitched over the glue. Yeah, so I would assemble with glue. Okay, that's the plan I had in my mind. I would assemble with glue, and then the tailor would just stitch. So I said okay. So he said okay and everything. So the day of the interview, I got into that room, said hi to the other guy who was being interviewed on stitching clothes. Like the interviews in this case are basically like you go and make something. So I was told to make 2 leather wallets. But the thing is, this place, it's like they had just started. It's an idea that they were just starting. So even the setup was not like friendly, because the ninis there was no table like for cutting. What we were using is a big board that was placed on top of two machines, and then I didn't have like manilas for making patterns, and a lot of things were missing. So I just had to make do with what I had. So the thing is, like, when you're making something leather, if you don't use patterns, more likely than not it won't be accurate. For leather you really need for leather bags and stuff, you really need to use patterns for precision and accuracy. Bags are not like clothes. Clothes you can have like you have an allowance to like not be accurate, but for bags you have to be like accurate to the T, so that it can, all the angles can align and stuff. Yeah, so I was going to make like cut directly on the leather, uh, and not use any patterns. So anyway, I decided that instead of Googling, I had checked on the internet like a few designs for wallets. I decided to just do what design I can create in my mind. So I created a design in my mind, cut it, and before I stitched it, I decided, let me take like a waste piece of leather and practice stitching on the machine before I go to the main bag. That's because like a leather machine and the machine I have here, I know you've seen it in some videos. This machine is for lightweight fabrics, and it's completely different from a leather machine. The speed is completely different, and how much pressure you need to, like, what is it, the pressure that you need to use on the foot pedal like for it to move is completely different. So when you're used to this machine, when you start using a leather machine, once you like put the pressure on the foot pedal kidogo, the fabric just flies, like the stitch just goes vroom. I don't know if it makes sense, but a leather machine is so different from what I have. So that's why I've been doing hand stitches. I know you've seen in my videos, like all the stitches I do on the bags are hand stitches. And I had told them prior to the interview that I stitch with my hands because I don't have a machine. I'm out of practice. So yeah, I was there with the machine. I practiced a bit, but obviously it was the first time. It's not like I can practice enough for the stitches to be completely straight and, you know, like to be perfect on the stitches on the first day. So yeah, it wasn't perfect, but it was what I could do at the time. So yeah, I stitched the first wallet. First wallet, apart from the stitches not being like 100%, because it was like the first time I was using a leather machine, it was also very bulky. I put three compartments in it, and all of them were like leather, and the leather was thick, so it was a bit bulky. Even when you close it, it's like furad, it's like an egg. So I decided, let me just do another one. So I looked for a very simple design from the internet, something with only two compartments that would not be bulky. Yeah. So I cut and I stitched the second one. The second one was pretty nice. I think that it's just like two stitches that one like kidogo off, like not 100% straight. And also the edges, yeah, even some edges were not like the best. Okay, it wasn't bad, but the edges, but it's because I didn't have patterns. If I had patterns, the story would have been different. But I cut directly on the fabric, so the edges, like, I don't, the edges didn't align. So when I tried to align them, like, I don't know how to explain, but it wasn't so bad. But it's because of the situation I was in at at that point in time, and the circumstance. So yeah, I did the second one, and I actually wanted to do a third one, but by this time the other tailor wanted to use the overlock machine, and the overlock machine was one of the machines that was holding the board we were using to cut. So he had to pick up that board, put it on the floor so that he can use the overlock machine, and that means I couldn't cut any more leather because I essentially didn't have a table to cut on. So yeah, I decided to settle with the two. Okay, not decided to, circumstances forced me to settle on the two leather wallets I had made. So yeah, we make our things. The shirt is fitted and it was nice. It was very nice. So the boss comes back in the evening, in the afternoon. and he asks us what we made. So I show him the leather wallets. You know, I don't think he looked at the second one. He looked at the first one and then he just tossed it like okay, he didn't click or anything, but the way he tossed it, he might as well have clicked because I mean after that he completely ignored my existence and started talking to the tailor and planning with the tailor like what they would do. We need more lights here, do what the table, we need measurements, take the measurements, do what, we need a socket there and here. And I was completely ignored, like no feedback, like I no feedback at all. It's like I ceased to exist at that moment. So I'm just standing there. I don't know what to do anymore. So I decided to wait for them to finish talking because I didn't want to interrupt in the conversation they were having with the tailor. So I wait there and wait there and wait there, and here I realized that this is endless. So I just asked him, "So what do I do now? Should I just go or what?" And then he asks me, do you really make leather bags? I said, yes, I do. But I have been stitching using hand stitches. That's why the bags are not like, the wallets are not like 100% because I don't have a machine for making leather at home, but I'm very sure with a bit of practice, I'll be perfect even with the stitches. And then he tells me, I don't like people who lie. That just threw me off. Why would I lie? Like, for what? I wasn't like desperate. Why would I lie? You know? So he asks me if I have a bag I had made that I came with. And at that point, I didn't have, because like in the last, I did work in another leather company and I carried a small bag. But the interview was mostly just me making a bag. So I assumed even in this job, like the interview would just be me making something. So I didn't carry anything. I said no, but I have a video that you can watch of me making. So I put the video, but he was so disinterested. Like he was holding my phone and the video is playing, but like it's just hanging and he's doing other things. So he's not even watching the video anyway. So after some time, he asks me if I can cut like patterns and stuff. I can do every process. I can cut, I can make patterns, I can cut, and I can make leather. I can even stitch. It's just that it's been a while since I used a leather machine. But at this point, I don't think I wanted the job anymore. I just told him no. So he told the assistant to give me 200 for fare, and I just told him thank you for like the opportunity and for your consideration, and I left with it. No, first I was left there. The assistant left, so I didn't know if I should follow the assistant or just stand there because no one was like even like telling me anything anymore. So I asked, should I follow him? And then he says, yeah. So I follow the assistant outside to a different room. He gives me 200, and then he says, before you go, let me ask you something. Why didn't you tell me that you can't stitch? I told him I can stitch, but I have been out of practice because I did not have a machine. And I told you very clearly on the phone that I would prefer if we had a tailor because I have not stitched with using a machine in a long time. And he's like, okay. So he gives me the money. And then I start walking out. This time my face is just normal, but inside I was feeling broken and disappointed in myself. Like I couldn't believe I've been doing leather for so long and I failed in an interview for making leather leather products. You know, I was so disappointed in myself, and also I didn't even know what I was going to tell like my family, like who believed in me so much, and they were like, ah, you nailed this, you've got this. That was jolly, just go and do your thing. I didn't know what I was going to tell them. I was going to tell them I failed the interview. So when I was feeling devastated, my face was just like a poker face, normal face, but I was devastated inside. Like I felt like crying, but I couldn't cry. Dalili and Nani, my family is not there. Am I going to cry for strangers who don't even care? So yeah, I went with my disappointment, took an Uber to the main stage. From that place to the main stage, took an Uber, paid the 200. I didn't even ask for change, and I took a matatu. I was dreading for that matatu to get to our home stage because I didn't know what to say. But eventually the matatu got to the stage, had to alight, and then I decided, well, I can't face everyone with the truth. I'll just lie. So when I went home, I told them that We were four of us, and we all made bags. And they told us that the one who will get the job will be called on Monday. And I also told them that there was one person who made like four bags in a short time, and he was also able to make clothes, so we are sure that his son is going to get the job. Well, there's nothing like that. The whole time it was just me alone making bags, and I had failed the interview. There was no call I was expecting or anything. Yeah, so that's what I said. But I think over time they saw how discouraged I looked. I couldn't hide my discouragement and disappointment. When I was feeling bad, I was feeling like maybe I should just stop this leather thing and just pursue other normal careers, just get a normal job. I was feeling so discouraged. I was, I was feeling like I'm at the verge of quitting completely. But my parents noticed, and they really encouraged me. All these pep talks about like you know don't give up because of that, don't give up because of that nini of that interview. Like if you don't get it, God does not want you there, and do what, like God's plan for your life will still be fulfilled either way. Nini, like he hasn't given you that talent for nothing, and stuff like that. And after all that talk, like all that negativity like was changed into positive drive, and I felt so driven. I decided that I was going to make the best leather bags. I was going to practice and make the best leather bags, and I was going to get that machine and make bags that would astound everyone. And they would see me one day somewhere with those bags, making those bags, and they would remember this is the girl we asked if she was lying, you know. So yeah, that's where I am right now. I decided that I was going to make the best, the best bags ever. So I still don't have the machine yet, but I thank God because I'm going to get it soon. Not because I have money stashed away somewhere. And leather machines are expensive. Like a new one is like from 100K going up. Uh, Second hand you can get from like 70K. But I'm trusting God, so I'm speaking in faith, saying that I thank God because that machine is coming. And even before it comes, I'll keep making leather bags and keep doing the best that I can. Guys, the plans that I have, the things that are in my mind, the designs that are in my mind, you have no idea. I'm about to shock you. I know there are many like luxury leather bag brands in Kenya, but you have not seen what I have prepared. That's all I can say. Yeah, you have not seen what I have prepared, and I'm going to do like amazing, amazing stuff in this leather industry. Yeah, so yeah, that's the story. That's how I failed that interview, and that's how I can't say picked myself up, because honestly, well, it's my parents who picked me up, and okay, God through my parents picked me up. And yeah, the moral of this story is that there's definitely, certainly going to be like times that you feel defeated, times that you are put down in the pursuit of like your passions and your goals. There's going to be times that you feel so defeated that you don't know how to stand up again. It has to be, and there has to be those times. But you know what? The people who succeed are the ones that don't give up, the ones that stand up and dust themselves up even if you don't even know how to continue. Those are the people that succeed. And most of these success stories, that's how they go. It's just people who have tried and failed, tried and failed, tried and failed, and been so disappointed, but decided not to give up. So yeah, don't give up. Don't give up. Like the only people that don't struggle for success, maybe those people that like make a dumb video on YouTube and like it hits, like it goes viral and they get some money from it. But this quick success like fades away quickly. It fades away as quickly as it comes. So the best kind of success is the one that you have worked hard for, the one that that you have used your sweat and your mind and your everything, every bit of your mind to achieve. Yeah, that's the best kind of success. So don't give up. You will get there. You will get there. Like, no matter the discouragement, no matter the disappointments, no matter the failures, you will get there. I'm not there yet, but I know I am getting there. And we are getting there. Even you guys, we are getting there. So don't give up in whatever pursuit you're pursuing. Whatever pursuit you're pursuing, don't give up. And sometimes even discouragement can come in form of people. Like for me, I know people talk about me like she's not even doing a job. She's because right now I'm not employed. I don't have like a monthly source of income. Maybe the only income I get right now is from selling things that I haven't sold as much. I've not been selling as much, but I know things are changing. I know that people who like talk about me now and ridicule me. Okay, it doesn't bother me much, but I know one day they will swallow their words, to say the least. But yeah, so I'm not discouraged, and don't be discouraged either. Just keep waging on in this battle for our, battle for our success. I mean, whatever you're pursuing, don't give up. You will get there. So that's the end of the story. You guys, if you liked this video, if it encouraged you in any way or you found it entertaining, hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment. Tell me if you're encouraged or anything like that. Share my videos, and have yourself a lovely rest of the week. I know it's Monday. Have a lovely rest of the week. I wish you blessings upon blessings. I wish you good health. I wish you a prosperous week. Yeah, and I think that's it. That's it. So don't forget to check out my other videos where I craft leather things, where I do vlogs, where I have conversations. Don't forget to check out those videos because you will enjoy them if you enjoyed this one. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Have a wonderful week again. Thank you for watching. Bye.